bit just to get some movement going. Good. And let's roll up together. All right. Welcome, local friends. Welcome, friends around the world. I had a lot of props still in my car, including my blue cushion, so I had to run out and get it today. But anyway, cheers to local friends. Great to see you. Cheers to YouTubers around the world. Sunday is self-care day. If you're watching it live, it is Sunday, April 19th. If you're watching it recorded, it's whenever it is, but life is 100 million consecutive moments of now. So whenever you're watching it, now is the time. Now is the appointed time to relax, to do yoga, and yoga means connection, amongst other things. But Sunday, we're going to connect via restorative and yin yoga. And if you're brand new on YouTube, the algorithm dropped you off. This is yoga for everybody else, I call it. Maybe you're not a ballerina or a contortionist or a Cirque du Soleil performer. Maybe you're older than 47. Maybe you've been in your body for a while and you would just like it to move and restore some factory installed range of motion and feel good. It's what we do here. It's non-judgmental, it's friendly, it's encouraging, it's inclusive, it's diverse, and occasionally it's fun even. So welcome aboard. If you're brand new and confused, that's a great place to be in life. Brand new and confused. Don't fight it. Just go with it and move a little bit. For example, shoulders, 1, 2, 3. Brand new and confused, man. That's all of us as a baby. Brand new and confused. So beginner's mind, beginner's body. 6, 7, 8. Other way, 1. So we're going to do what I call joint juice, just going through every joint of our body. It takes about 5-10 minutes. Then we'll move into yin and restorative. We'll do a little bit of meditation, just everything from soup to nuts. 6, you'll feel better at the end. 8, all right. By the way, I'm on my 4-inch tall tri-fold mattress, blue cushion. I got it on Amazon, about 60 bucks. And all my friends in the Bay Area use these because we really find that it helps our bodies. It soaks up and soaks out anguish, pain, inflammation. It really works. Go on Amazon, look up 4-inch tri-fold mattress. You could have it delivered by probably tonight. Ouch. Anyway, if you don't have one of these, go into your bedroom, carefully move the pets, push your spouse out of bed, and do this on your bed. Why not? One more. I love these movements. I'm entering my 70th year of life and they're working pretty good. If you want to jam your feet behind your head and sleep on a bed of nails, feel free. There's no one's going to stop you, but I'm not sure it's entirely necessary to get into alignment with the universe. It may be for you. It may be your karma to perform oblations of such extremity, but God does not make too hard terms with us, I don't think. Good. Relax your arms down, drop your head. 1, 2. Humans make very hard terms with us. 3, 4. We make very hard terms for ourselves. I must be perfect, otherwise I can't resonate with the infinite. Not true. 6. But we should all be heading toward perfection for sure, as best we can. 1, 2, 3, 4. No time to waste because time is infinite. We could be messing around in the lower regions forever. 5, 6, 7, Hey, see how simple? Relax your head down for 22 seconds. Stop thinking. Contemplate your navel. While you're contemplating, contemplate liking and subscribing on YouTube. There's over 1,200 videos over the last 5 years, everything from meditation, Dharma talks, yoga, frisky, relaxing. There's everything. Okay, now we're going to inhale to chant Om. It's an incredibly powerful means to bring yourself into vibrational alignment with the infinite. Inhale. Prayer hands. God, love, source, infinite, higher, organizing, loving intelligence. Bless all beings everywhere, always. May all humans have an ever greater moment of clarity and realize our unity rather than our difference. Amen. The world could use some peace right now, couldn't it? But the world only gets more peaceful one person at a time. A good place to start is with oneself, although usually it's the last thing we think of. Yes, let's have a more peaceful world. You go first. Yeah, it's not going to work that way. So, to become more peaceful, we're going to do a gentle seated forward fold. These are yoga blocks. I literally cannot recommend them enough. I'll probably have to develop my own line of upward spiral yoga blocks. But the reason I have two in front of me is I'm sitting cross-legged, obviously. If you're tied in Tennessee or crispy in Cleveland, it's like you can't come down this far. I understand. Lean forward a little bit. Relax your shoulders. Don't force. Don't bounce. After you do yoga for a while, and it's going to take, you know, 30 or 40 lifetimes, your head is going to relax. Now, if you can do this, great. If you can't, great. Don't fight it. If you're up here like this, remember this is yoga for everybody. Just close your eyes and begin to move into your own body. We should live in our own body, not in someone else's or outside of our body. Spine lengthened, shoulders relax, hips ground, mind quiet, stop thinking. Everything is always working out for us. It truly is. I can easily come all the way down, but I'm using two blocks to support. I want to balance my head and my heart, and I'm not looking for extreme right now. I'm looking for calm, peace. Good on your next inhale. Come on up. Do you see how we're going slower? Do you see how this brand of, if you're new to yoga and you think yoga is jumping all around, vinyasa, iyengar, that kind of yoga, sun salutations, that's great yoga, but not all the time because then you're in the emergency room more often than living your life. So you need some yin and some restorative, especially your wrists and your hands. So if you're flexible enough to get your paws out in front of you, and lean forward into your wrist gently, that's a wonderful thing. If you're crispy in Cleveland or desperate in Dallas, not so bendy in Baltimore, then take your hands behind you, thumbs to the outside. Note how my elbows bend back. Everybody can do this. Lean back into your wrists and your forearms. So whether you go forward or go back, it's the same leverage into your wrists. This is my job, is to come up with positions for everybody. It's easy to teach yoga to circus performers. They can already do it all. It's much more interesting to teach to everybody, find a way for everybody, I think. And I love circus performers. I used to date one for a few years. We are calm and peaceful souls. And now slowly come up from that. You cannot believe how good that is for you. That's doing things at levels. So we just bent our wrists like this, right? Now, this flexion, vulture flexion, I call it, and it's palmar flexion formally. I put my hands upside down. I can see my thumbs and my shoulders go back up over, and I push down into my wrists. Now, even if this movement is very chunky and clunky, it's just, oh man, you're starting. More will be revealed every time you do yoga. You'll get a little more out. You'll gain a little more function and capacity and competence. But this is today's yoga. Tomorrow's yoga doesn't matter. You can't do tomorrow's yoga yet. Do today's yoga. 5, 6, 7, 8. By the way, you can't do yesterday's yoga either. So some people are going, yeah, I did yoga yesterday. The yoga that matters is the yoga that you do today. We get a daily reprieve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're brand new, just go like this. Other way. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I just like to shake off life. Has life ever lifed on you? It lifes on all of us. It's part of the plan. But we shake off the past. We have to be willing to put the past away. Up and downs. Get your wrists and hands happy, because you're probably going to play the drums or the violin or pick up grandkids later today. Cup your hands at your heart, drop your chin, close your eyes. Be calm and peaceful. Good. Interesting movement for new friends, and something where bendies can really go at it. Still sitting cross-legged, yes? Hands behind me, yes? Can you, I use my fists, can you elevate thy booty? Can you stretch your buns up? Now, if you're 12 and you work you're a cheerleader, man, you can go buck wild. But if you're 53 and you live in Pittsburgh and you're an iron worker, then just do the best you can. Good. And come down out of that. You know, another reason I like my blue cushion, it's kind of slidey, so I can kind of lazy Susan myself, which is excellent. Inhale up, little twist. Now, maybe you can't get your hands up and you can't lace them together. Boy, do we love you, because we're not judgmental. We are going to help you. Turn left, relax your paws down, right paw, left knee. Get a little twist. Remember, we're tapping into infinite energy. We're not trying to be that ourselves. This is not about you being the raging force of the universe. This is about you tapping into that beautiful alignment of power. It's kind of like a very tired cell phone at 3% that's getting ready to shift off. Just plug that baby in, soak up them beautiful vibes. Good, come out of that very simple twist. This is very simple stuff. If you do it, it's not simple if you don't. Switch the cross of my legs, switch the interlace of my fingers, stretched up to here because I'm tight in Tennessee, desperate in Dallas. Otherwise, you're bendy or and stretchy, booty pushes down, turn to the right, left hand, right knee, right arm behind. How much twist do I need today? It's been a very busy week for me. Got back from yoga retreat with my bestest friends in the world. So I was very occupied with activities. Now I'm trying to wind down, charge my batteries, get mine. Come on retreat with us. Good. All right, come out of that. Now, we're going to do some work on just a little teeny bit of work on our feet, but we have to be able to get at them. So I'm going to stretch my left leg out and get my right foot accessible. I'm going to cross it over my knee. This is fine. This gives me access to my foot. I like to fold my left shin under just because I can do it and it opens up my buns a little more. If you're not so bendy in Baltimore in your booty, then just keep your left leg out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Your feet are cheering when you do this. Feet need attention. They need love. 5, 6. Do you feel like cracking your toes today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Polydactyl here. Okay, now right leg out over the top. This is fine if you're brand new. Fold it under if your buns are starting to open up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other way. 1. This thing is really strong, man. It's meant to turn. 3, 4, 5, 6. Good job. Do you see in 10, 12 minutes how we've already gone through most of the joints of our body? And we're being so efficient with time, we actually have time for a drink of, I'm coffee, you're probably water or tea. Or chai. We have friends watching all around the world, so golly only knows what people are consuming. Okay, we're going to chant Om long and loud and proud, then we'll move on together. Big inhale. Good. Now, if you're a praying person, I invite you to take 30 seconds for your own prayerful petition to the infinite. If you're not a praying person, you could try it out. I believe prayer is the most powerful of all human activities. I know not everybody thinks that. I pray for them. Good. Now, one of the things we do on Sunday occasionally is we do yana or jhana yoga, the yoga of the intellect or spiritual study. So for 1 minute, we're going to talk about prayer. Some people think prayer is ridiculous. It's just moving around molecules inside of the cranium, and they think that that's going to do something, and so they make fun of people that pray. They think that prayer is an absolute waste of time. That's one end of the spectrum. Other ends of the spectrum are people who think that every single prayer is instantly answered, and their prayers are law in the universe. Boy, that describes quite a spectrum. But I think every human has to experiment with it to see how their own consciousness and their own aiming of their own focus does change things. If you change your mind, the world that you see changes. A very famous physicist once said, if you change the way that you look at things, the things that you look at change. Well, how can we change the way that we look at things? That is a wonderful question, isn't it? Well, prayer is the way that we change the way that we see things. Most people never do that. They're always looking at the world through the same lens. Prayer is the willingness to clean off our lenses, or perhaps to put on a brand new pair of glasses, as it were. So prayer is certainly a yogic skill, and I find it to be the greatest source of comfort and advancement and evolution, just like so many other beings have for tens of thousands of generations of humans. Anyway, that's the little so one more thing. Is it okay to pray for yourself? How about, would it be selfish to say, God, I just started playing the drums. I started late in life 4 years ago. I pray that I would get better at a radical, remarkable, astonishing rate so that I could have more fun and demonstrate to the world the joy of starting things later in life and being able to play music and enjoy the beauty of that. The cool thing about prayer is it's an adventure. Pray big prayers and try it out. You could pray for a new house, you could pray for a car. These seem like material things, but experiment with it. The worst that God can say is no or not yet. All right, all fours. Cats and cows. I try to cat and cow every day. I love my cat. I eat my cow. If you're a vegan or a vegetarian, welcome aboard. All dietary religions are accepted here. No judgment. Good. Now we're going to do a sequence, probably the most challenging sequence of Sunday Sacred Self-Care Blue Cloud Cushion Ecstasy Yoga. But all I'm going to do, I'm crawling forward, obviously, folding my toes under, obviously, and I'm going to do a squat. Squat's the most important yoga pose. Now, I understand if you're not so bendy in Baltimore, or you're crispy in Cleveland, tight in Tennessee, desperate in Dallas, or atrophied in Atlanta, that you can't do this. So you can lie on your back and pull your knees into your chest. But we'd like to reestablish this ability to get down in this most fundamental of human positions. Actually, humans are meant to squat rather than sit in chairs. Chairs, relatively recent invention, maybe what, 10,000 years old for chairs? Maybe. But we've been having to get down to the earth for 1,000,000 years. So we're made to do this. Good. If you're new, it's a challenge just to sit back without rolling over backwards or breaking your ass, so to speak. So boop, stretch your legs out. Now, after having my knees bent, now I'm fiercely pushing out through my heels. Then I'm extending my spine up. Now, if I was a perfect person and ask my friends, I'm not. Ask the police, I'm not. I'm going to sit up and bring my arms up higher and try to look perfect. Good. Then pause down. I bring my hands back. I use fists and feet. And this is where the elite meet to lift up their seat. It's sweet. Good. Sink down. Now, we just went through so many different ranges of motion, and a little bit really adds up. Now we're going to go back up over the top. How do we do that? I lean back. I bring my feet in. That's as far as I can bring them in. This is great. If you're 12 and you're laughing at us, laugh harder. TikTok this, make big fun of us. We don't mind at all, because pretty soon you're going to be 60 years old. Now, I'm just going to slightly rock my booty back and forth, up and down, up and down. But you can't get over the top yet. You get to about here and you say, oh boy, I can't, until you can. And then it's a little challenging for me. Now, right about here, I'm on my toes and I just kind of rock back and forth. Your toes are actually supposed to bend. Next time you see your grandkids play with their toes a little bit, they'll giggle and laugh, but they bend like crazy. Back and forth on my toes. And of course, this translates all the way down to your sciatic nerve. Now I'm going to come forward onto my knees. You can hear the struggle in my voice. Ouch. That's painful for me, but it's not emergency room painful. It's sensation that I don't like. So now I'm sitting on dorsiflexed ankles and dorsiflexed toes, which is a great way to keep your feet alive. Most people over 40 or 50 never, ever, 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 ever do this. But if you do it, you'll be able to do it for the rest of your life. Then I turn my feet over. I widen my knees out. And if I can, this is just a nice, wide, deep kneeling pose. I understand if you're doing this on the floor. This is why I invited you to get into bed with me and just do this on your bed. It cushions your knees, opens up your shins, releases the top of your feet, sinks your buns, softens your hip flexors. It lengthens your lower back. It gives your pelvis the proper rotate. There's a lot going on here. Then my paws go behind me if I can. And then I'm going to put a car jack underneath my butt and I'm going to click, 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 click so that I can change my tire. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up, head back. Good, sink down. All right. Now comes a restorative pose. By restored, it's all been restorative, but formally and officially, restorative poses generally use props, and there's a little bit more time spent. So for this, I do use my bolster. This could be the big cushion off the back of your couch. It could be a couple of pillows from your bed. It could be 3 or 4 yoga blankets all stacked up. But anyway, the reason I'm doing it is I'm taking my knees out wide. Generally, people over 40 or 50, especially men, their hips are starting to get very tight. So as I take my knees out wider and bring my feet together and I sink my buns back, I'm getting my hips to work again. Now I'm trying to get my booty down, but in order to support, I'm going to put the bolster underneath my chest, lay on my left ear. Right now, my head's a little lower than my butt. If it's too much, I'll just come onto my elbows. Now, if you're 12 years old and you're watching just for fun with grandma or grandpa, you can have your knees wide and you can have your behind all the way down and you can be down from crotch to face. But remember, I'm teaching for everybody else. That's why we're the fastest growing yoga channel in the universe. Aliens are even watching now. Good, 2 minutes. Left ear or right ear. Doesn't it feel good just to take some time and let your body open and restore its natural buoyancy and resiliency and springiness? But now I'm going to go over to my other ear because, maybe you're just face down, but if you're going on one side of your face, you should go on the other. My hips are dropping, knees opening, ankles releasing, crotch dropping. Okay, friends around the world, now I'm pulling my paws in, coming out. This gives me a nice deep kneeling position, which is a good one for me if you're able to do it as well. All I'm doing is I'm just moving that over to the side. And as always, we use cats and cows very commonly as a transitional pose. Cats and cows keep your spine alive, and it makes sense to make the primary channel of energy that distributes life force to all parts of our body to keep that open. Yoga is Drano for your cosmic pipe, so to speak. Maybe not my best metaphor, not my worst, trust me. Now, here's a great pose for, is anybody out there 50 plus? Leave me a comment. Were you born before 1977? Now, here's the deal. I'm bending my right knee. My foot comes up. Now, this is interesting for those of us over 50. The right arm goes out. And for some friends, tied in Tennessee, desperate in Dallas, atrophied in Atlanta, there's no foot back there no more. So you could get a yoga strap or a blanket or a belt and just kind of lasso it. But if you can grab it, grab it. Now, I had kind of turned my body open to the right to do that. As I get a hold, I turn my chest back down. I press into my left elbow and I just gently push my foot back. Now, doing this on the cushion really allows me to sink and relax and do a yin version, the slow, patient version of this. I'm more interested in form, precision, alignment, peace, patience, poise. Now, some friends, 12-year-olds, gymnasts are going to want to lift the leg up, but I'm not going there. This opens up my right shoulder, releases my right ankle, softens the front of my right hip, squares my chest. Good, now I'm going to release that side. Now I'm on my right elbow, left leg bends. This also helps your thigh bone line up better in your hip. It does so much. Left arm goes out. There's no foot back there. I run into the closet and I get a belt or a blanket or a towel, and otherwise grab on. It's a big milestone if you haven't done it for a long time to be able to do it. Now, I want to uncorrupt my position by pushing into my right elbow, squaring my chest, sinking my hips down a little bit, pushing the foot back, closing my eyes, dropping my chin, taking my time. If you just add up these seemingly simple movements in an intelligent sequence, this whole is so much greater than the parts. You'll be doing your life a great favor. Every one of these poses is a prayer. Good, now I'm going to release that side. I'm going to just jiggle my legs a little bit, going to wobble my booty. What's not to like? Now, what's interesting is, and if you're brand new, you can just chill for a sec. But if you want to reach back and grab both at the same time, if you can do it, that's great. And if you can't, you're much beloved in this class. We know that sooner or later, you'll be able to do it. Of course, this is very easy for some. It's not what you can do in comparison to others. Good, so I can grab my feet, then I just gently lift up a little bit. Try to keep my knees closer together. Can other people do this better than me? That's an invalid question. This is my version. Good, then I gently let him go. Boop. And now restorative neck stretch. I'm going to lay on my left ear for about a minute. Yin neck stretch. It's a thing. Over on my right ear. Okay, you guys, we're going to shift gears a little bit. I'm coming up. And as is quite common, a couple cats and cows. My cats and cows get deeper and more sublime, profound, and ridiculous. What did Napoleon say? It's only one step from the sublime to the ridiculous. Napoleon did say that. Okay, now we're going to do what I think is the most important pose for those of us older than 47 years old. Now, my really bendy Bay Area friends, they don't need any support. They can just do this on their blue cushion without propping it up. I do like to prop it up. What I do is this is the cool thing about yoga props. Iyengar yoga is they use a tremendous number of yoga props. One of the wonderful students at my retreat this weekend is a highly skilled, highly qualified Iyengar yoga teacher. They use huge amounts of yoga props so the body is precisely positioned, the form and the alignment is excellent. So I love that. So for this, I'm just going to put this where my head goes. Now, you could look at this and you could see, well, what's he going to do with this? Is he going to lay on his side? No. I'm going to do the most important of all yoga poses, I think. It's called Supta Ardha Virasana, and for most Westerners over 47, this is it. So I back up to this. Beep, beep, beep. My booty beeps now when I go backwards. Now, I bring my feet together, wag my knees a little bit. Most people are very tight down here in the groins and the underworld, just shaking it out a little. Why is this thing behind me? Because I'm going to take my right shin, which is right here, and I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to do what most adults never really do, is fold their right knee into a kneeling position, drops the right hip, increases the knee crease, releases the top of the ankle. Now, for most friends, this is hard to get, I understand. You're tight in Tennessee, you're just like, oh, this is why you go do it in bed or on the cushion. After a while, your right hip will drop, the left knee is out to the side, and then you got this thing to slowly, patiently, peacefully. And I'll tell you what, if you're over 50 and you can do kneeling under, left knee out to the side, relax back, you are well on your way to living in the body of a 20-year-old again. If you can't do it, I just want you to approximate this by folding the right shin under and just leaning back a little bit. You're going to have to experiment with your own body. We're going to do it for about 2 minutes on each side. Now, my Bay Area friends, they can just lean all the way on their back, their arms go back up over their head. It's just, you find your yoga. Now that I've relaxed a bit, I can extend my left leg out because my right hip has dropped enough. I can bring my arms back over my head. That's stretchier. But I want to feel the support of these props underneath me. I'll tell you, 2, 3 minutes of this 2, 3 times a week at the level, best level that you can, your body is going to begin to, this, these poses will pick your bodily locks and unlock you from the prison of living in a constricted, tight, miserable body and give you joy in your body again. God never designed us to be miserable in our bodies. That was a human invention. I personally had given up on this pose mostly until I discovered blue cushion ecstasy yoga a few months ago, and now I'm much more bendier than I was before. A lot of my friends are commenting, they say, you look you look more bent than before. Oh, it feels good. Makes you feel youthful and like you're a supermodel, kinda. Okay, now when we come up, there's a super important counter pose. I come back up to here, but now to make sure that we get maximal bang for our buck, I put my hands behind me on the bolster it supports. And now I super rocket ship my booty up over Saturn. Up you go, chest up. Your body is cheering and come on down. Good job. Now I drag this leg out. I stretch him out in front, jiggle him. Now this is the counter pose, Dandasana. Firm through the legs, pelvis forward, chest out, arms up. Release. Now we just build it on the other side. Feet come in as far as they can. I'm backing up to my booty bolster, fold my left shin under, dink. Right knee is out. Why is the right knee out to the side? It helps the hips turn a little bit, so it makes it a little easier to get back on your hands. If you're tight in Tennessee, desperate in Dallas, or flailing in Finland, you just this might be it. Hands over on the right, just going, wow, he's right. At least I can get here on these on the cushion or on the bed with the cat, and this will be great. This will help. If you're a perfect person with perfect bodily range of motion, you don't need physical yoga. That's This is for the people that need help. Now my hands go behind, my booty is dropping. I can very, very slowly retire onto my back. Now I'm still tilted over a little to the right. I got work to do. We all do. But I taught yoga to thousands of people in the Bay Area of California, and I've seen many people 40, 50, 60 years old start to do these postures. And after a couple of weeks, a couple of months, a couple of years, there's no doubt it's quite visible. It's tangible, visible, material, manifest evidence of a body, mind, spirit coming back into alignment. But you got to do it. You can't think about doing it. You can think about doing it, but you got to follow it up with action. What did St. Paul say? Just keep doing the right thing, and in due time, the blessings open up. In due time, but we got to do the next right thing. Okay, friends, now, boy, this feels good. My body really, really soaks this up. Okay, now we're going to counterpose it so we get most bang for our buck. I'm a big fan of that. Pause behind. Now, I'm going to put a missile underneath my butt and rocket my booty up, chest up. Stretch the front of your hips, left quadricep, shoulder girdle, head up. Good. And sink down. All right. Now, I'm dragging my leg back out. Now, from here, we're in the Om stretch. I generally conclude with an on the back twist. I think it's a glorious thing to do for ourselves. So for that, I move these props off to the side. And my Bay Area friends know how insistent I am that we roll up a blanket underneath our neck when we do a twist. I'll get this stuff out of the way. Now, I'm on my back. Now, I'm moving over to the left side of my mat. My neck is supported, it has to be. My left knee comes in, and note how my whole body, my left shoulder is going along with my left knee. I'm rolling over to the right. I'm clapping my hands in front of me. I'm not opening my upper body yet. My head's not hanging in space. It's level. My neck spine and head is level with my chest spine. Now, my right hand can pin my knee down, maybe not for you. Now, this left arm, this left shoulder, you start with the shoulder and the torso, opens to the left. This is so good on the blue cushion. Putting my bolster behind my back and letting my left elbow relax on it. Now, we just melt open like cats on couches on sunny days. Your body will just release, let go, surrender. You'll get a clink and a clunk and a chunk and a release and it'll just happen in due time. If you're 17 and way more flexible than this, then do your wild, wacky 17-year-old gymnastic version. But stay in the pose, inhale pretty full. Exhale, release. This lets tension out of the body like a pressure cooker that's been heated up for too long. This beautiful yin yoga lets the pressure, the anxiety, the tension, the fear, the PTSD, it releases it at a safe, manageable, prudent pace. Good, now after almost 2 minutes, I can get my left elbow all the way down. Good, my friends around the world, everywhere, from Scotland to Indonesia. Bring the knee back up, put my feet down, slide my booty, a lot of booty slide, over to the right side of my mat, plump my head up, bring my right knee in, beep, take my right knee and my right shoulder, roll over in bed. Clap my hands out in front of the left side of my body, plump my head up, knees pinned down, Now, take your time opening your torso, relaxing, melting it, releasing it over to the right. Really important to have your head propped up. This is yin yoga, patient, taking your time, letting the body melt in. Okay, big inhale, even though it's challenging. Exhale, release it all. We're calm and peaceful souls. Good. Now for the pièce de résistance for my friends in Quebec. We're all going to do Shavasana corpse pose. I'm sliding this bolster underneath my feet, my knees, and my neck is already supported. I'm on my blue cushion, and ancient yogis, even 3,000 years ago, talked about the wisdom of 5 minutes at the end to assimilate and catalyze and integrate, synthesize all these great movements just by doing nothing. So I'm relaxed in, jiggling my booties, oscillating my shoulder blades, and I'll do 5 minutes with you. Okay? Don't skip this. There's miracles in these last 5 minutes. The miracle of stillness and silence. Okay, my friend, stay in the pose, relax even more, but there's that guy's voice from down the street or across the ocean. Just gentle little, gentle little call to come back. Good. Feel your way back into your beautiful earth suit. Feel your body weight back on your cush. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, and your tush. Circulate super feel good through your body. Good. When you're ready, curl over on your side, fetal position. Good. Then all billion of us watching around the world, we're going to sit up together back to seated pose. Take your time. No rush. No rush. We're cultivating poise, peace, and presence patiently. Hands into the heart, head bows. Now, there's so many things that make we humans, we 8 billion curious humans, so different, and that's obvious. You can see our conflict everywhere, but there's something that brings us all together in a perfect, absolute unity, and that's stillness and silence. From there, all together, we say, Namaste. As always, I bid adieu, arrivederci, auf Wiedersehen, adios, and goodbye to all my friends around the world. Please like and subscribe. My cat and I really appreciate it. It is my avowed, unabashed vision and mission to send yoga to beings everywhere, always around the planet who think that they otherwise can't do it, because you can. God made this for all of us. So, oh, it's a Cooper's hawk, a mosquito, big mosquito. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Thanks for joining in.